Allow me to ask you 3 questions. Have you decided on your business and now have no clue what to do next? Are you contemplating asking potential investors to invest in your business? Or do you need money from the bank to start your business? If you answer yes to either of those questions, this video will help you figure out what your next steps are. Usually when individuals decide to start a business, they either don't know what to do next, need investors, or need money from the bank to start. If you are in this situation, write a business plan. Still not convinced to create a business plan? Entrepreneurs with business plans are 260% more likely to launch their business than those without one. According to Webinar Care, more than 30% of small businesses do not survive the first 3 years of operating without a business plan. Also, Go Business Plan reports that 71% of the fastest growing businesses have written business plans. Now are you convinced to write a business plan? This plan is widely known to double the likelihood of success for your business and increase your chances of getting funding. Antoine, and I'm not gonna butcher his last name, once said, "A goal without a plan is just a wish." This is exactly how banks, investors, and let's face it, you feel about being serious about starting your business. Hi, my name is Sierra Stanberry, and I help small businesses make smarter decisions today to build lasting wealth tomorrow. In this video, I'm going to tell you what a business plan is, the reasons for its use, and how to create one step by step. Let's get into it. So, what is a business plan? A business plan is a document that lists out details pertaining to your business's purpose and how it will reach its planned goals. A good business plan guides you through each stage of your business, so the more details, the better. By the way, for the sake of this video, I will be using reader to refer to whoever your business plan is intended for, such as yourself, friend, or an investor. Okay, so we're envisioning you as the reader. Wouldn't you want to know everything from top to bottom to make sure you are either investing or making the right moves within your business? Not only your business, but the right business. Of course, so make sure the business plan is very detailed. For what reasons will you use a business plan? Have you ever had this great business idea, made it home to write down your ideas and strategies, and then realized the idea was hideous? I have. Imagine not doing the business plan, jumping right into business, spending buttloads of money, and it failing. This is one reason why a business plan is so needed. It will help you gather all of your thoughts, strategies, and goals, which will lead you to realizing whether your business is a yay or nay. Another reason a business plan is used is to secure cash or financing from investors or banks. Investors care about their return on investment plus some, and banks care about whether you will be able to pay them back in the future. As you may have gathered by now, I love my take notes. So take note, I am a pretty logical person, so when I initially researched and created my business plan, I noticed the steps appeared a little bit out of order to write a business plan effectively. So in order to help you draft your plan effectively, I'll list the steps in the order I believe they should be done. Keep watching to the very end of this video because I'll give you an outline of the business plan that you can use to put all of the steps together. One quick tip. I want you to highlight the most important details in every section as you are developing your business plan. And out of everything mentioned in that section, highlight any information you believe the reader really must know. These highlights will be used in step 7. All right, let's get those business plans going. Here are the steps to creating your business plan. Step 1, create products or services. You may be wondering why I put this as the first step. Well, initially my thought process was that when anyone starts thinking about starting a business, their first thought is, what product or service will I offer to bring in the money? While that statement holds true, you should also think about how this entire plan is built around the product or service you will offer. So with that in mind, here I am recommending that you write about your product or services first. The ultimate goal of this section is to inform the reader of your product or service you will offer. Let's break this down even more. In this section, some of the points that should be included are an explanation of the products or services your business will offer, how the products or services benefit your customers, and the pricing of the products or services. Now, there are additional points that should be included in this section. Here's the list of additional points. You can pause the video to read through or take a screenshot of these points. Just don't forget to hit play again to continue watching. Okay, so have you ever watched Shark Tank?
I would take an offer from anybody besides Mr. Wonderful.
You. Worst presentation ever. I'm out.
Oh, that was me.
It's a show about entrepreneurs pitching to investors such as Mark Cuban or Damon John to receive an investment in their business. These entrepreneurs hit on these points as well as the problem they plan to solve with their product or service throughout their set time on the show. I highly recommend you watching it because you can kind of see how entrepreneurs describe their products or services and the questions that are asked by the investors to get an idea of what to place within this section. All right, on to step 2. Create organization and management. I place this section as step 2 because before you dive too deeply into your business or business plan, you may want to consider hiring help. What's better than one brain? 2 brains. By hiring an extra brain or 2, they may be able to assist with all of the sections mentioned after this, such as marketing research, etc. The goal of this section is to inform the reader exactly how your business is set up and who is involved. Note that if you are the only owner of your business, this section isn't necessarily needed until you have added someone else as an owner. All right, to better explain this section, you would want to think separately about the organization and management. Look at this kind of like a subsection under this step. Organization will refer to who is involved in your business and your business structure. This section usually focuses just on owners, but if you outsource some freelancers, feel free to add them here as well if they are significant to your business. It's common to use an organizational chart to show the people involved. This chart could look something like this if you are just starting your business or trying to get organized. The CEO will be at the top, which is more than likely yourself. If you are planning to hire a manager, the manager role will go below you. To take it further, if you are planning on hiring employees, they will fall under the management role. This will give the readers a visual to help them better understand who's in charge within your business. Now, if you really want to shine in this section, link the resumes of your key members to the chart. I gave a simple organization chart within this video, but you can also Google these charts and find free templates to help guide you. Okay, so in addition to the chart, you will need to list your business structure. The most common types of business structures are sole proprietorship, LLCs, partnerships, and corporations. Now, let's go over the management section of this step. This will help the reader understand what everyone, including yourself, brings to the table. Everyone can mean owners, managers, the board of directors, and support professionals such as freelancers. Some of the information you may want to provide for the owner and or managers is their name, percentage of ownership, extent of involvement such as active or non-active owner, how they are paid, educational background, etc. If you have a board of directors, provide their name, expertise, and the involvement within the company. And last but not least, some of the information you may want to provide for support professionals is their name, title, background, services provided to the business, and how often they are needed in your business, such as full-time, part-time, or on an as-needed basis, as well as why you felt they were a good fit to hire. Keep in mind that the organization and management sections should be updated once ownership or management changes. Step 3, do your market research. I chose this as step 3 because now that you have your product or service to research and possibly someone else to brainstorm with, you will want to make sure there is a market for your product or service. You don't want to get halfway through your business plan and realize there is no market for or is oversaturated. Now, oversaturated market isn't a bad thing, but just know that customer demand may decrease throughout the years and that there are so many other competitors that you will have to stand out against. The goal of this section is to let your readers know that your product or service stands a chance to be a success in the market. This section includes information on demand, pricing, target market, location, historical data on your product or service, marketing and marketing strategy, labor needs, and a financial plan. Let me go over what each of these indicate. Demand indicates whether there are enough potential customers willing to purchase your product or service. Pricing simply indicates how your product or services cost is established. Target market asks the questions of who makes up your target market and are the potential customers financially secure to purchase your product or service. Location indicates whether your product or service can be sold or provided through e-commerce or it can only be sold or provided through a physical location. Over the past 2 years, due to unforeseen circumstances, if you know what I mean, we have found that a lot of businesses can be done through e-commerce, so don't be too quick to go straight to a physical location. Historical data on your product or service indicates how it has performed throughout time and currently. Marketing and marketing entry indicates how you will market your product or service for entry into the market and how you will enter the market. Labor requirements indicate how many employees and contractors your business will need. A financial plan indicates if you have enough funds to cover all operations. All right, so even though you don't provide all of your market research findings within your business plan, Don't cut corners on the extensive research that you should conduct. You must be knowledgeable about your market. Let's move to step 4, creating a market and sales strategy. Since we've just done the market research, it only makes sense to create this section next. You should be able to effectively develop the market and sales strategy if you've done your due diligence in the market research step, because you will know who your target market is. All right, so it's extremely hard to start being profitable without a marketing and sales strategy. Why? If no one knows about your business, then how will you get a sale? The goal of this section is to provide a plan to reach, engage, and close deals with your potential customers or clients. Within this section, you will need to state how you are planning to get customers, how in the heck you retain them, and explain how your sales process will actually work. Some of your marketing strategies could include promoting yourself on social media, blogging, collabing with influencers, and if you know your audience is searching the web for your product or service, using Google Ads. Have you ever been on Instagram and seen an influencer recommending a product? Well, I hate to be the one to break it to you, but more likely than not, they were paid by that business to promote it. So in this case, influencer marketing was one of the business marketing strategies. Retaining customers starts with customer service. Give good customer service at the minimum, and they are more than likely to come back or refer someone else to you. When clients refer someone else to you, what is it called? Word of mouth, and it's powerful. What else is word of mouth? Free. I have gotten clients this way and didn't have to pay a dime out of my pocket. So don't underestimate the power of word of mouth. Now, I hate to break this to you too, but a marketing strategy isn't having your relatives and friends post about your product or service on their social media pages. Many entrepreneurs stunt their growth this way. Consider this: you only have a limited number of relatives and friends. Then your friends and relatives might only have a small following, and so on. The reach of your product or service won't be substantial enough to make some real money. The only way this might not hinder your growth is if your product is so exceptional that it goes viral, at which time it is not guaranteed to thrive. Trust me, I've seen it with my own eyes. You want marketing strategies that will push your business forward and not stunt its growth. Keep in mind that your marketing strategy will involve tweaking in the future as technology and social media change. Step 5, create your company's description or overview. Because some of the topics discussed in the company description will actually be things you've already considered or listed in a section before this one, I position it as step 5. The goal of this section is to provide the reader with basic information about your business and its mission and goals. What should you include in this section? Well, it depends on what business details are important. Overall, there are basic elements for this section that will be included in almost any business plan, no matter how important. Those basic elements are your business name, start date and location, type of business structure, ownership or management team, company history, mission statement, product or service, target market, objectives, and vision statement. This is a section where you will want to show your passion and love for your product or service through the tone of your writing as you discuss why you started the company and your goals. Once this section is complete, do a link check to make sure you did not get too carried away when writing about what led you to start your business. You will need to eliminate anything that is redundant and unnecessary. Step 6, create financial projections. Financial projections are estimates of your financial performance in the future. You should be able to make projections at this stage because you have a solid sense of how things will unfold, which is why I place this section towards the end. The goal of this section is to let the reader know how your business will likely perform financially in the future. If you are considering using this plan to get funding, this section is critical. In fact, if you don't have this section, most investors may not consider investing in your business. If you aren't planning to get funding, financial projections are good for helping you track your progress over time, plan your initial budget, predict when you could become profitable, and create benchmarks for financial goals. So, what exactly goes within this section? If you are unfamiliar with accounting, this section may be a little confusing, but don't worry. I worked as an accountant for a Fortune 500 company preparing financial statements. If anyone is qualified to provide you with the financial overview, it's me. Now, I'm not going to go into detail about these financial statements because we will be here all day. However, I will provide you with enough knowledge to comprehend what should be included in this section. All right, if you are already an established business, this section could be super easy for you if you use bookkeeping software such as QuickBooks. Systems like QuickBooks usually do all of the financial statements in the background once you categorize your transactions. If you are a fairly new business, you can use expected sales projections and expense budget. Okay, so included in this section are the cash flow statement, profit and loss statement, balance sheet, and break-even projection. A cash flow statement shows the flow of money coming in and going out of your business. If you receive money, that's a cash inflow. If you're spending money, that's a cash outflow. There are 3 sections included in the statement. There's operating, investing, and financing. Operating cash flows are cash inflows or outflows from your day-to-day activities such as revenue or cash paid to suppliers. Investing cash flows are cash inflows or outflows from long-term assets such as equipment purchases and sales. Financing cash flows are cash inflows or outflows from debt and equity such as credit card payments or dividends paid or received. A profit and loss statement, sometimes referred to as an income statement, shows how much your business has spent and earned during a specified time, which in turn shows your profit. You have your revenue at top, subtract out your cost of goods if this applies to you, which in turn gives you your gross profit. Once you get your gross profit, you subtract out your expenses and get your net profit. A balance sheet is a statement that lists your assets and liabilities. Even if you have not launched, this should still be created if you have these. Assets would be any equipment or inventory you ordered. Liabilities would include anything owed, such as unpaid invoices to suppliers. Now, a break-even projection is a projection of the time at which you believe that your profits will equal your losses. Let's assume that these losses are here, but once your company is up and running, money starts to flow in. Over time, this money will rise and it will equal your losses. At this point, this is called your break-even point. Now, once you hit this break-even point, the money continues to grow and surpasses the losses, which takes you into a profitable business. This projection will help investors find comfort in knowing that they have a general idea of when they will start to see a payout from their investment. When making these financial projections, make sure you are doing a best-case scenario and a worst-case scenario. While we would all want to truly fit into the best case scenario, we all know that things could not go as we would want them to. All right, we're down to the finish line, y'all. Step 7, write the executive summary. I've placed this as the last step because you should have an overall grasp of your full business at this point, which makes this section so much easier to write. Listen, you guys, this is the ride or die section of your business plan. I'm talking about Bonnie and Clyde's ride or die. All right, so what I'm trying to say is that this summary is the most crucial out of all of the sections. Why? The individual for whom this business plan is intended is more than likely super busy. As I said before, I know you're passionate about your business and want the reader to know everything because, after all, this may be the only section he or she reads. But this is not the time. This section is just what the name implies, a summary. You're probably thinking, wait, why am I writing this business plan if the reader is just going to read the executive summary? Let me refresh your memory. Remember, this business plan is not only utilized to receive funding for your business, but it also assists you in developing your business objectives and goals. Do not lose sight of that. The goal of this section is to either reassure yourself that you have a financial goal in mind or to reassure the reader that their money and time will be wisely spent. I'm sure we all seen a movie trailer. Can you think of one movie trailer that made you think, I want to see this? After that, you head to the movie theater to see it. If the movie trailer is good, guess what you are more than likely to do? Spend your money to see it. This is the same goal you should have when creating this section of your business plan. You want this summary to be so outstanding that you believe in your business or that the reader wants to invest in your business without having to read any further in your business plan. If you aren't looking for funding right now, still create this as if you were. You never know what funding you may need in the future. Snippets of everything described in each of the preceding steps should be included in this executive summary. You should begin the summary with a hook, which is a sentence that would grab the reader's attention. For example, let's pretend I'm writing a business plan for a restaurant. My hook could be something like healthy food with a twist. This hook makes the reader ask 3 questions. What healthy food is it? What's the twist? Is this twist good enough for me to invest or make customers come back again and again? This keeps the reader's mind going and going and going and makes them want to read further. Do you remember the highlights I asked you to do at the beginning of this video?
Refresh my memory.
One quick tip. I want you to highlight the most important details in every section as you are developing your business plan. And out of everything mentioned in that section, highlight any information you believe the reader really must know. These highlights will be used in step 7.
Thanks for reminding me.
Once you have your hook, you will add in the highlights from those previous sections here. To be more specific, some of the points to include are your business name, start date and location, legal business structure, ownership percentages if there is more than one owner, and your mission statement. Here's a list of additional points. You can pause the video to read through or take a screenshot of those points. As always, don't forget to hit play again to continue watching. If you are afraid to wing it, there are executive summary templates out there on the internet. If you're open to a new best friend, Google is waiting for you. All right, recap time. So I've helped you understand what a business plan is and what instances it will be used. In addition, we have gone over the steps for creating a business plan. And as promised, I will now share the structure or order in which these steps should be found within the business plan. When finalizing the business plan, you want the sections in this order. Section 1, Executive Summary. Section 2, Company Description. Section 3, Product or Service. Section 4, Market Research. Section 5, Market and Sales Strategy. Section 6, Organization and Management. And Section 7, Financial Projections. All right, I will leave you with these tips. Always proofread your business plan. If you know you aren't a good writer, get someone else who is to proofread it. Hire someone if you have to. Make sure that you are passionate about your business. You can't expect someone else to be passionate about it if you aren't. I want you all to thrive in your business, and if you're not passionate about it, you're more likely to quit. Check your level of passion. If you have to think about it, your love for that product or service may not be there. Well, that's my time. As always, like, comment, and subscribe so that I know these videos are helpful. My name is Sierra Stanberry, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.